Hello everyone, Daisy's just come back from the poodle parlour and she's all very soft and fluffy but stinks. I don't like whatever they use. I think they spray something on. Can't be nice to the dogs either with their sensitive sense of smell. But Daisy's all soft and she's had some trimming done, and Molly, who's upstairs, is also very soft. I'll try and show you Molly before the end of this vlog. This is just to finish off my vlog series, because I realised after I got all the footage and edited it that I sort of stopped doing it. I didn't do a full week at my mum's. I sort of got bogged down with getting on with stuff. So I thought, well, I better sort of finish this sort of mini series of vlogs by doing one from home. I'm actually sitting in a very, very tidy living room at the moment because, well, I'm going to be having some men in. I assume they're men. It might be ladies, you know, this day and age. Could be ladies, could be non-binary, transgender. Anyway, two who I assume human beings will be popping in later today, hopefully, to collect some furniture and a piece of exercise equipment. Because I am going ahead with a new sofa. Still don't know what sofa to get. Over a week ago I ordered some swatches from Next, fabric swatches, but they haven't arrived yet. And we do need to go and have another look. I don't know if the sofa that I like is available to sit on. I can't remember seeing it in Next in York, but it might have been there. We might have to go to Leeds. There's a big Next home, a place called Birstall, where there's a lot of other shops. There's a big IKEA. There used to be a Toys R Us there. I went there before IKEA was there with my eldest brother. When he used to come up for Christmas, when he still had a car and drove, we used to go off to places, and that was one place. And there was just a Toys R Us and some other smaller shops, and now it's sort of expanded to include you know, cinema, places to eat, and IKEA. I think there's an M&S there now. I'm not sure what's happened to Toys R Us, what's in the place where Toys R Us was. But anyway, so I might go there at some point, see if the sofa's actually there to sit on. But on paper, it looks nice. What's it called? Hogan, that's it. I'll show you some pictures of Hogan. But we haven't decided, well, I haven't decided on the colour. But what's going to happen in the living room is when I'm off at my mum's again in a couple of weeks, and Mark says he'll redecorate the living room. Well, the ceiling doesn't need doing. The skirting board is fine because I painted the skirting board again before the new carpet was put down, and that's not that well. It's more than a year ago, but the skirting's fine. And we might have to touch up the doors and the window ledge and things. But while I'm away, Mark said he'll do the walls. So I've got to choose some paint for the walls just to freshen it up. It's looking a bit tired in places. Because the thing is, we're getting rid of two chairs. This sofa I'm sitting on, we're keeping it for now. Otherwise we'll have nothing to sit on. So we're getting rid of the two chairs in front of me and a piece of exercise equipment that's been nothing but a glorified clothes hanger since I got it. I've used it a bit. I'll show you it. It's too difficult for me to use. So that's going. So if you want furniture collected, folks, don't put it outside, you know, in your front yard thinking someone will take it. Don't fly tip it, and don't take it to the local tip. If your furniture, and I'm talking about soft furnishings, if it has a fire label somewhere in it, under the cushion, there'll be a label with fire regulations, blah blah. If it's got that on, and if it's in good enough condition to be sold, then British Heart Foundation will collect it free of charge. So they'll collect furniture, they'll collect exercise equipment, and if you're having a larger piece collected, they will also collect smaller items. So you could have a bag of clothes, other, you know, a box of knickknacks, old ornaments, videos, whatever. Well, if they still accept videos, CDs, DVDs, that sort of thing. They can collect all that. So it's really simple. You just go on the British Heart Foundation website, type in your postcode just to check that they will collect. and then you can give them a couple of dates that'll be suitable. So they don't give you a time. So this was one of the dates. This is Monday today. And yes, I got an email back saying they'll collect. They're supposed to ring about half an hour before. And if you're isolating for any reason and you have the space, you can have the stuff outside ready for them. So yes, so that seems to be good. I've double checked with Mark this morning that it's okay, because it's not my sofa and chairs I'm getting rid of. They are his. It's just inherited, you know, from his late parents. So we're going to be left with just, we never sit on the chairs anyway, so even if, I don't think we're going to get a sofa this year, and I don't want to rush into it and try and get it before Christmas, so I'll wait. There may be some offers on anyway after Christmas, so I'm quite happy to wait till the new year. And it also gives me somewhere else to put my Christmas tree, and I'm going to put my Christmas tree somewhere different this year, so that'll make a change. So I'm looking forward to that. So yes, so it's a sort of a waiting game. I'm going to get on with some other things. It's quite mild today. It's been sunny, but the sun's gone in. It's mild for October anyway. The heating has been on twice. Mark put it on last night. I thought it's hot. I was upstairs. I thought it's hot in here, and the radiator's on. It gets absolutely. This house gets absolutely boiling hot really quickly. So we're fortunate that we live in quite a good, well-insulated new build. And actually I added extra insulation because my bedroom's in the loft. I think they class this as a 2.5 story house. So my bedroom and ensuite is in the loft part, but I've added extra insulation around it, so it's even more insulated than it was. So it does get very warm. So normally we only have to put it on for an hour. We never put the heating on timer. It used to come on twice a day, morning and evening, for the hot water and for the central heating. But now we don't put it on. We just press the little override button in the morning, comes on for an hour to heat the water, and that's enough water. Heats the tank upstairs, and that's enough water for the whole day. Often there's enough water for a shower in the morning as well. It keeps the water hot. And then an hour is more than enough, unless it's very, very cold, but normally an hour is more than enough to put the heating on and warm things up. I did put the heating on last Saturday when I was home alone. Well, Mark was off watching a concert, Callum Scott in Hull. He didn't ask if I wanted to go. He could only get one ticket, but I wasn't really aware who Callum Scott was. I've heard some of his music since, and it's all right. You know, I think he was in Britain's Got Talent or something, or X Factor, one of those. Anyways, he's quite a good singer. But anyway, he went on his own, so I was left alone Saturday night. So I had an alcoholic beverage. I have about 1 or 2 alcoholic beverages a month. So I had one of those Brothers ciders. I think it was a lime and strawberry with an M&S curry. And I settled down in front of the box to watch Strictly, and I closed. We normally have the kitchen door, the door from the living room into the kitchen. That's normally open all the time. So I closed that off, and I closed the living room door that goes into the hall and upstairs. And so it really heated up pretty quick with both doors shut. And I snuggled up and watched Strictly with me dogs, and yeah, it was a nice little evening, Daisy May, wasn't it? So I'll show you the situation in the living room, and hopefully at some point I'll be getting a phone call saying we'll be here in half an hour. They've actually closed down my local British Heart Foundation. We had a sort of a larger one down the road where we've got there's some other shops, Home Bargains, Iceland, Pets at Home, Halfords, The Range and Dunelm, just sort of, you know, within sort of 5 minutes car drive, sort of out of the village and down the road, and then it's all there. And we're getting a brand new Home Bargains as well, opening very soon actually. So I think they've knocked down the place where British Heart Foundation had, or they've knocked it down or closed it. I can't remember. Anyway, it's not there anymore. I don't have to go into too much detail. So we don't have a British Art Foundation shop. It was a furniture and electricals. It wasn't a small one, it was quite a big standalone. So obviously they sold big pieces of furniture and washing machines, the odd vacuum and stuff. So, but it's coming from Huddersfield apparently. There's still one in Huddersfield, so that's where they're collecting my furniture and exercise equipment from. They'll take washing machines and everything. They won't take fridge freezers and refrigeration. But if you've got a working washing machine, tumble dryer, they'll take that. But yeah, it's well worth doing because it goes to, you know, charities benefiting, and you're getting a large piece of furniture collected for free. Because I think, I think it was, I was looking on Very sofas, and they wanted £39 per item. So if you wanted rid of a chair, that's £39. If you wanted rid of 2 chairs, that's 2 times 39. And then if you wanted rid of a sofa, that's another £39. But Next said, you know, they have a deal with British Art Foundation. So when you buy something from Next, they'll collect your old stuff. But you don't have to buy a sofa from Next. You just click on the link on Next's website and it takes you. So you don't have to go and buy a new sofa. But you don't even have to do the link. Just search British Art Foundation collection or whatever. You'll find it. So yeah, I think we've had stuff collected from them before. So it's well worth doing. You benefit, you get rid of stuff. It's not going to the tip. If it's usable, and you'll see when I show you the chairs, they're in almost new condition. Somebody else will get the benefit. And I have a feeling, because I read somewhere, that they'll send you an email to tell you if they sell your item how much they got for it. So you think, oh well, that's good, that money's gone to charity. Well, hopefully most of it. I don't know how much goes to the actual charity. Anyway, the sun's coming out again. Let me show you around the lovely tidy living room. Right, these are the chairs that are going. As you can see, and it's just not my style. I mean, I would never in a million years have picked these if I was shopping for chairs. I mean, you know, they've got a bit of mahogany, bit of brass. They're you know, not nice. Very, very comfortable, I have to say. Lovely, very comfortable to sit on. Aren't they, Daisy? She's always on that sofa. So yeah, very comfy to sit on, but just not what I want. I just want to revamp the living room, give it a bit of a refresh. And it's really the sofas spoil it for me. I can cope with most other things. So the plan is, obviously, these two are going. And if you want to know if your sofa or chairs are suitable, you will have to tick a box before you get them to collect. You have to make sure it's got some sort of fire label, like this one. Carelessness causes fire, so they can't sell it without one of those labels. So often they won't be able to take pillows either, cushions, but these are for the sofa, they match. And I've checked inside, there's a fire label on the cushion as well, so they should be able to take the matching cushions. So those two will be going, and that's my bit of exercise equipment I've had for yonks that I just used briefly, and I just didn't like using it. There's no point in having exercise equipment if it's not fun to use, and that was just an absolute pain. It took up space, and I'll show you what it does in a minute. That footstool we've had quite a while, so that's something else I'm going to replace. Oh, shut up, Daisy. What is it? Oh, she's such a pain. I'm going to replace that with the matching one for whatever sofa I go for. But the one I want is a storage one, so it has a lift-up lid, and you've got room to put, you know, slanket or fleece blanket in there or whatever. What's your problem, you? Eh? Look, you're even prettier now. You've been all bouffanted. So the plan is, I was going to get, now that, well, it looks quite a big sofa. It's only, well, it's shut up, Daisy. I don't know if you can hear her because my mic's not pointing at her, but she's whining. So that isn't it looks quite a big sofa, but when I've been looking at other sofas, that would be classed as a medium sofa. And the medium sofa I was going to get hasn't got as big a seating area, because these are quite narrow arms on this sofa here, as Daisy is demonstrating. And the sofa I'm looking at has got quite thick arms, thick ends, you see. So that sort of cuts into the space you sit on, although it's about the width of this. So a medium sofa in that Hogan range would fit exactly where that one is, but there'll be less seating area. So Mark suggested getting the larger sofa, which means we won't be able to have these side tables. I think the larger sofa is more or less going to take up that little alcove space. There will be little room, which I'm thinking possibly the gap that's left. Shut up, you. I don't know what she's crying for. She's had a treat. It's nowhere near midday. You get a treat at midday. That standard lamp, I'm thinking, might go in that corner there, because there will be a bit of space. So yes, that lamp I quite like. I'm going to keep that lamp. And yes, so there's not going to be any side tables as there are now. So the plan is a bigger sofa here, as I said, stopping here, and it will come out maybe a little bit further than that one. So there should be a room in there for the standard lamp, but there won't be room for the side table. So I'm planning the two side tables that match. I'm going to put one of them, focus, I'm putting one of them there, and the other one is going to be in that corner when that lamp's removed, and I'm going to keep those lamps on each side, so it'll be balanced. And then in the middle will be a snuggle chair, which is a very big armchair or quite a small sofa. I've measured the one I want. It will fit in between, so it balances it out. I'm hoping to get a more blingy silver framed mirror to go there. So there'll be nothing in this corner here. That'll just be blank. And where that chair used to be, I'm thinking of moving the sideboard along a little bit, maybe half a foot, something like that, 30 centimetres along. Well, that's a foot, isn't it? Yeah, maybe a foot, maybe 30 centimetres along, so it's not right in the corner. And then the nest of tables there will be just freestanding there, and I'm not going to put anything on top of them. Focus. Because we only ever use one of the tables, and sometimes we need to use two occasionally. So just to leave the nest of tables with nothing on, we can use both of them when we want to. Mark's on about getting a coffee table, and they do want to match this. This is M&S furniture from their Sonoma range, I think it is. And we chose that together. So I like that. That was solid wood furniture, ready assembled. So it's not ultra modern, but it's fairly contemporary. I like those. So yes, that'll be going. So for Christmas, because it's unlikely we'll have the new sofa and chairs before Christmas now, this will be all empty, this area here, or at least it will be when I've moved the lamp. So I'm going to have my Christmas tree in the corner. Might take down that picture. I don't like it anyway. It was inherited. Might leave that picture down actually. So yes, the Christmas tree is going to go in that corner there, which I think will look very nice. It can do a lovely display. And so normally it goes in the window, and it blocks the window, you see, blocks all the light. Can't really see out the window. So the window will be free, so I can put some nice Christmassy things on the windowsill. And I've also got, for the top of the sideboard, I've got sort of little Christmas houses that light up, so they'll be going on there. So it'll sort of split the Christmassy stuff up. Instead of having everything in one corner, the tree and my little Christmassy village, it'll be tree, Christmas village, and other knickknacks there. And so we can still leave the footstool in the bay of the bay window. So, oh yes, I've been using this vacuum for any of you interested in vacuums, because this is my vacuum of the month, and I must say it's quite heavy. The performance I've had better, but it's bagged. It has a lovely bag in it, so I don't have to keep emptying it. In fact, I'm holding off looking in that bag until the month is up. I'm sure I'll get at least a month's use out of one bag. But it grooms well. And yeah, it is. It's called a Henry Quick, made by Pneumatic International. And it does what it says on the tin. It is quick, and it is something I grab. Oh, it's lovely and sunny now. Got some tidying up to do in the kitchen. So yes. So yeah, I want something better lighting wise. I want something a bit more blingy. I don't really like the chandelier style with some cobwebs on it. I want something that's more of a flush fitting, but something that's quite blingy, that's got sort of glass and silver in it. Still want that, and of course, as I said, a silver frame here. I think that lamp will still be okay. These lamps here, they're quite nice, but I don't know, I might get something a bit more blingy as well, again with a silver base. What I like about these lamps, I don't know if I can show you, can I turn it on? Oh yes. And I like the fact that they light up, the base lights up, look, as well as the top, but we never turn them on, not where they are now, because if they're both on when we're watching the TV, I must adjust my settings. I don't know what's going on here. They reflect in the TV, so we don't have lights on behind us in the room. So I think that's everything. As I said, Mark's going to decorate. So before I go to my mum's, so we're off to Scarborough for about 4 days shortly, and then I'll have a few more days at home. So the chairs will have gone by then. So I'm going to prep the room for him, take all the pictures down, remove all the ornaments, and probably lightly sand the walls. I've got a special wall sander thing that I haven't used yet. And then we'll go and pick some, we might be going to B&Q today to pick some paint. But it's going to be Faro and Ball. We think the colour we've got at the moment is called Matchstick. We think it's Matchstick. I don't want to go darker. I want to go a bit lighter. So I might go for New White, which is a yellowy white. That's one possibility. And there's other colours, Slipper Satin, Off-White possibly. We'll have to see. Dimnity, I'm thinking maybe. We're going to get some samples and paint them. I think the samples are about £3 each. Well, they were the last time I looked. They're probably a £5 each now. What with things going up, ridiculous. I was looking at some Lego today, and I haven't assembled many of the Lego I've bought, but I bought this sort of Fender guitar with an amp, and I looked back and it was £95. No, £89.99. It's now £115 from Lego. So Lego's a good investment if you want to buy stuff, if you've got the money, and sell it on. So yeah, so that's what's happening today. So I'm all prepared. I'll give a last go of that Maxi Climber and show you what it's about. But yeah, it was just couldn't do more than a few steps on it. It's very tiring to use, but I suppose possibly would work. Oh, she's got a bit quieter now, fortunately. It's a bit messier in the kitchen. Well, it's not, well, compared to some people's kitchens, it's not too bad, I suppose. This side's messy because I've got boxes to go into the garage or flat pack, and that Rug Doctor box, that's just to go into the garage. But yeah, okay then. I'll just do a quick, I was going to do a video on that, but I didn't have time, so I'll just quickly show you that Maxi Climber. So if you're in the British Heart Foundation shop in Huddersfield soon, you'll be able to buy that. I've no idea how much they're going to sell it for. So here it is. It's quite heavy. It's been stuck in my bedroom like this for yonks. You have to open it out. There's a little pin you take out and a supporting bar, and you've got to put the pin through the hole. I expect I'll think, oh, I like it now after going on it again. But I've had it, it's been good for hanging clothes on, I have to say. Very good for hanging clothes. So there's no adjustments needed, you just get on. I put some training shoes on, sort of thing. And you get up like this, and then you can just put your hands here, and you go like this. Oh, that is the machine creaking, it's not my bones. Oh yeah, feel the burn. You can certainly feel it in your thighs, folks. Here. Oh, that's enough. You see, that's the thing. You're out of breath very quickly. Now you can incorporate your upper body as well by putting your arms or your hands on these other doobries, and then you're doing this, look. It really hurts your knees. Cracky, this is the most I've been on it since I got it, I think. I'm already starting to get a bit moist under my armpits. Feel the burn, folks, come on. You can do it. That's it. Keep going. Work through the pain. So once you get a bit tired of doing this, you can give your arms a rest. Oh, crikey, it's just as difficult. This, I suppose, you could adjust your hands. So that's the Maxi Climber, available at all good charity stores nationwide after you've realised you can't be asked to use it. Icky thump. Oof. There's some sort of display here. I'm not sure what it's supposed to show, but you know, I think it shows your steps and possibly calories burned. I don't know. You get full instructions. I did have these taped to this ready, so I'll have to retape them back. So you get a 21-day challenge, you see. So whoever buys this, they might stick to the challenge. And then we've got a manual. Oh, here we are, user manual. It was in foreign, had it the wrong way round. A user manual showing assembly and everything, but obviously this is pre-assembled. And then there's various steps showing you. So if you want to climb Mount Everest, you can climb Mount Everest from the comfort of your own living room with Maxi Climber, as long as you're prepared to do 17,696 steps. That will get you to the top of Mount Everest. And if you just want to climb to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that's 113 steps. So this is a nice little chart. You can pop it on your wall. Pop it up on your wall, folks, and start off slowly. I don't think I even managed to get to the top of Blackpool Tower, let alone the Eiffel Tower. But anyway, start off small steps. That's the key to any exercise program, says the fat boy in the camera shot. Ooh, fatty fat. Start off small at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You can do the Statue of Liberty next, then Big Ben. If you want to mount Big Ben, you can climb up Big Ben. Oh, that's a clock tower in the Houses of Parliament in London. It's nothing rude, folks. Big Ben sounds a bit dirty, but it's not. Oh, there is the Blackpool Tower. The Blackpool Tower is actually taller. Who knew? The Blackpool Tower is taller than the Eiffel Tower. And then we've got 1 Canada Square, the Shard, Empire State Building. Oh, Scafell Pike. I've actually walked up Scafell Pike. You know, the real thing. I managed to do that. Snowdon, Ben Nevis, Mount Koski Zuzuko something, Mount Pancake Jaya, Mount Vinson, Mount Elbrus, Mount Kilimanjaro, I've heard about that one, Mount Denali, Mount Aconcagua, Mount K2, and then of course Mount Everest. So it is possible to Mount Everest at home using the Maxi Climber. Oh, I'm absolutely whacked after all that exercise, folks. I suppose if I ever used that, might have made some difference to my health, but apparently there's a new survey or report out by someone saying that basically additional exercise does nothing to help you reduce your weight. So when I saw that, I felt, oh good, I can at least get rid of that clothes rack with a clear conscience, knowing that even if I had managed to climb Mount Everest, I still would have been rather fat had I not adjusted my calorie intake. And that's basically the thing to do to lose the weight, is to stop shoving food in your mouth and restrict your calories. Simple as that. It's always been the same. You consume less calories than you burn, and you should lose weight. So I'm going to go back to the old 1 day a meal palaver, the OMAD diet, which I did. I mean, I did it because it was easy. I didn't really weigh myself. I don't know if I lost much weight, but I'm going to do it a little bit more, bit more disciplined, and actually weigh myself at the beginning. Just have the 1 meal a day. So I'm just going to eat basically the stuff I've already got. I'm not going to buy special diet food. I was considering doing one of those diet plans where you get all the meals and snacks and you just eat those. There's several. Jane Plan. There's another called Diet something. Can't remember. But anyway, I was thinking of that. But then I thought, I've got so much food to eat. Just stop snacking. Stop buying all the naughty things. Just have one decent meal a day and a pudding. And that's it. That's all you eat. And I have, you know, it does work for me. Because often I don't feel hungry when I wake up in the morning, and it's mainly habit that makes you eat stuff. I'm quite happy to survive on a black coffee. That's all I would need. That suppresses my appetite well enough. Just have a black coffee in the morning, so you can still fast by having black coffee as long as there's nothing in it. And then what I would do, normally 3 or 4 in the afternoon, that's when I'd start feeling hungry. Then I'd have my meal. And then that would be it until the next day, about around 3 or 4. And for me, that is just something I can do. I've tried it. It's pretty easy to do. For me personally, it's something I know I can do. So I'm going to try that and see how that goes, I think. So that's it. So this is just basically, as I said, I was just finishing off the vlogs I did at my mum's, because I didn't finish them at my mum's house. Thought I would sort of finish them here, you know, so you're not left hanging, because I couldn't bear it thinking that my viewer was wondering, oh, what did he do the other days? Oh, why hasn't he uploaded? Oh no, I hope he's okay. So this is the end of this series of vlogs. I might be doing another series of vlogs when I'm at my mum's again, who knows. But if you like these vlogs, then give me a thumbs up. Comment below saying, yes, more vlogs. We don't get bored at all by hearing you prattle on. And it helps me sleep. I've had that many times. People just put my videos on and they soon doze off. So if I'm helping battle insomnia, that's also, you know, that's good for me too. As long as I'm doing my bit to help folk, you know, even if it's just to help them get to sleep really fast, then, well, my work here on earth is done, isn't it? So thanks for watching this series of vlogs. Hope you enjoyed them, and I'll see you all very soon, hopefully, for some other random video. Bye for now.